It's time for you to take your life back. No more games. No more games, no more gimmicks, no more effing around. This is your time because you owe it to yourself. Not only do you owe it to yourself, but you owe it to your inner child to take your story back once and for all. I'm setting the intention to connect with a collective that had some sort of injustice that happened to them. And I was tapping into this energy on TikTok, and I knew I needed to come over here on YouTube. There was a specific injustice that occurred in your life. I want to say within the last 3 years is the number that just came to my head. Some sort of betrayal, some sort of something where things just did not feel fair. Okay, it feels like this energy of you being confused, or you just feeling like things just didn't happen to you in a fair way. There could have been a lot of disrespect. This could have been a split from a relationship, a split from a friendship group. There was some sort of energy where it just felt like there was a major injustice in your life. And at the time of this injustice, you had a very clear choice to make. It's almost like I'm seeing you right now standing at the edge of whatever this injustice was. And it's like the divine gave you 2 pathways to choose. And I feel like this is the thing. You did something that was so rebellious when you walked away from whatever this unjust situation was in your life. You did something that was truly so brave and so rebellious compared to any way that you would have acted in the past. I feel like the past version of you would have taken whatever this thing was that happened to you and would have said, poor me. There's something about you living and operating for a long period of your life in a victim mentality. And when I'm saying this, I'm saying it with so much love, okay? But I'm being honest with you. And if I feel like you understand this about yourself, where maybe in the past, because of all of the trauma and things that you had gone through, your entire life felt like suffering. If I'm being totally real, and just from what I can feel from this energy, it feels like you suffered a lot in your life. And because of that, you did grow into a bit of a victim mentality, a bit of a lack mentality, where you just felt like life was against you. Things were constantly going wrong. You could have felt like you had bad luck, or you were just always attracting bad situations towards you, always attracting unjust situations towards you. And then what would happen is these situations would play out in your life, and it would reaffirm to you that belief that you already had within yourself, which was, I just have bad luck. Bad things always happen to me. That's just an example. Maybe you used to speak to yourself like that, or you used to feel like that was your life story. So it feels like whatever this situation was, you had 2 clear pathways in front of you, a choice to make, how you were going to feel this situation, how you were going to receive this situation. And I feel like the past version of you would have easily been in this situation, because it does feel like somebody did you dirty. I don't know what I'm getting, but I feel like somebody did you wrong. Somebody did something to do you wrong. And you could have been sat there like, what did I do to deserve this? Or like, maybe I do deserve this. Maybe you try to convince yourself, oh, it's because I did this, this, and this. Maybe that's my bad karma, or my karma coming back at me. Or it's almost like you try to justify this injustice within your own mind because you truly can't believe it. I feel like there's this energy of disbelief at the utter disrespect of this situation, okay? But it does feel like you had a choice to make in that moment. You either revert back to your lack mindset, a mindset that you had been existing in habitually your entire life up until this point, or you choose something that is so rebellious and so different. And when I say rebellious, it's because you've never done anything like this before. When you had to make the choice to go back into a lack mindset or to jump into a new perspective, you've never been in that position before. Not that you've never been in that position before, but you always chose what was most comfortable, which was living in a state of lack, feeling lack all around you, feeling like a victim to life and its circumstances. But I feel like something shifted within you when you went through whatever this situation was. It's like something awoke within you. So it was like a fire lit under your booty, okay? To be like, hey, this is our opportunity right now. And I feel like you probably didn't even know much about what you were doing at the time, or it wasn't even like you were intentionally like, I'm going to alchemize this situation, or I'm going to put on my little magician hat and, you know, make this situation work in my favor. I feel like you truly didn't even have the knowledge, like the full wisdom at that point to understand logically and consciously what you were doing, but your soul knew what it was doing that entire time. Your soul recognized that that checkpoint, that crossroads, that path that was in front of you after going through something so tremendous as whatever it is that you went through, your soul recognized this is our opportunity, this is our chance. It's like something was guiding you inside of you, something higher than you was speaking through you and moving through you. And I feel like it almost feels like lack wasn't even an option for you. It wasn't even an option, where I feel like before in the past, you were just so used to being in that mindset that you would fall into it. You'd fall victim to it. No pun intended, falling victim to the victim mindset. Anyways, you would fall victim to it. You get what I mean? Like, it's like you would just slip into it. You wouldn't even think twice about it. That would be your baseline before in the past. To where I feel like, hold on, I'm gonna burp. Excuse me, confirmation burp. To where I feel like when this thing happened at this time, it's like that wasn't even an option. That habitual answer of falling into that victim mentality, it wasn't even an available option to you. I feel like you got to a point where you're like, I have no other option right now in this moment than to use this for my advantage, than to use this for my benefit, okay? And like I said before, I feel like it's not even something that you were like logically thinking your way through like this, like we can talk about it right now. I feel like that wasn't even something that you were doing. It was something internally that was, your soul was guiding you. Your soul was pushing you. I feel like this thing, whatever this injustice was, truly was such a blessing in disguise. And when I say that, I am not taking away from the pain that you encountered. I am not taking away from the disrespect that you endured, okay? I'm not taking away from any of that. I'm not invalidating you. Whatever situation this was, it was disgusting, truthfully, and just it, not that it shouldn't have happened, because now from an outside point of view looking in on your situation, I feel like even you know that it did happen to bless you in some way. It happened to push you towards this path, towards healing. I don't even think our paths, mine and yours, would have crossed had you not gone through what you've been through. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I do feel like you're starting to see things from a higher perspective and a higher point of view, where you're like, this thing was a huge blessing in disguise. When I first started this journey, I made a video, not even on YouTube, but when I first started on TikTok, beginning of 2023, I think. I don't even know. But anyways, I made a video about how disappointment can truly be such a blessing in disguise. And I feel like that's the energy that you adapted. That's the perspective that you allowed yourself to shift into when this situation occurred. It's not taking away from the pain, from the disrespect, there's something about like smear campaign, or like people running your name through the mud, or like talking bad on your name. All of this to say, because that's just like the backstory, but this is the message and the guidance that I was getting from my angels, your guides, regarding this situation. There's a need right now for you to completely master detachment. And not just with this situation, I'm talking about in every single area of your life. Every single area of your life. And when I talk about detachment, I can talk about it left, right, up, down, all day long, okay? And it sounds so much easier said than done. Just detach, she says, just detach, right? And you're like, bitch, how the heck am I gonna detach? How do I let go? How? And I do want to say this again, which I've said multiple times on here, but it is worth mentioning that Bashar, for those of you guys that watch Bashar, he always mentions how as humans we overcomplicate things so much, and how simply acknowledging the thing is already healing the thing. So instead of thinking about detachment and letting go as this big like routine that you need to do and it needs to be all these crazy steps and yada yada yada, you already setting the intention to let the thing go when it comes up is you already doing the work of detaching from the thing. And that's not to say that it's never going to come up again, that you just set the intention one time when the thing comes up and you're like, oh, I detach, I'm all better, it'll never happen again. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, we're humans. These things are going to come up, but the thing is it's about intentionally releasing it every time that it does come up. I feel like you're at a point right now in your life where you are truly standing at the cliff, at the edge, at the cusp, at the precipice, okay, of a brand new mother freaking beginning in so many areas of your life. I can't even put it into words. And I know that you can feel this shift. I know that you can feel this new beginning that's been brewing for so long. And it feels like you could be a little bit frustrated because you feel like you've been on the edge of it for so long. It's like you can feel it in your aura field, in your auric field. You can feel it energetically right around you, but you can never just grab onto it and pull it in. That's what it feels like. But I do feel like now is an opportunity for you, standing at the cusp of this new beginning, to shift all of your focus onto detachment, okay? Especially in regards to this injustice that was done to you. Because the thing about you, and I know you know this about yourself, but I'm just going to remind you, you are so much more spiritually and energetically protected than you even think you are, okay? Your ancestors, your guides, they really don't play about you at all. I know that you know this about yourself, and I know that you know that your calling is massive, groundbreaking, earth-shattering, okay? Your calling here is huge. It's something big that you're being pulled into, that you're being guided to step into in this lifetime. You got a big purpose, baby, and a big old booty. You got a big purpose and a big old booty, okay? I'm just saying what I heard. But all I know is that your purpose here, it's meant to be groundbreaking. It's meant to shift things energetically here on this planet. When you're walking with a purpose like that, you better believe that you're blessed and highly favored. You better believe that your ancestors are guiding your every step. Think about what just happened with this whole injustice in this situation. Something took over you in that moment. Something higher was like, this is our moment to work through you and your ancestors, your guides. I'm like, am I seeing something? I don't know. Your ancestors, your guides, that was their opportunity to reach through and to move through you. So it's like spirit has already showed you and proven to you that that's how protected you are. That in a moment of crisis, in a moment of need, in a moment of desperation, in a moment of an opportunity to change everything, spirit will pull through for you every single time. Your ancestors will come through for you every single time. So there's this need right now to understand that whatever is happening around you, whatever is happening in these past dynamics, in this injustice, whatever, it's not something that you need to expend your precious divine energy on trying to figure it out. You don't need to figure it out. At the end of the day, you don't need to have all the answers. And I know that's so bittersweet to hear, because I know you're a very curious person. You just want to understand things. I feel like you're constantly seeking answers for so many things, from mundane things to deep philosophical things, you know? But there's this need right now for you to completely let go of the desire to have the answers, okay? And I was speaking about this before in a couple videos ago, that truly it's only our ego that craves to understand things. Our soul knows, hey, I'm actually okay not having it figured out. I'm actually comfortable in the unknown. I'm actually comfortable not having the answers. So your soul right now is okay with that. And I just feel like because you're standing at the cusp of this brand new beginning in your life, You are at an opportunity right now where you have the blessing to be able to use and expend all of this precious energy that is building up within you. Because the way that I'm seeing you right now, your spiritual energetic body, you have so many activations that are happening internally all throughout you. I'm seeing right now like an image of you standing there and just these like sparks going off in so many areas of your body, in your throat, in your root. Like you are being activated in so many ways from within right now. So your guides really want you to be using and cultivating that precious activation energy that is happening within you and throughout you on how you want to experience this life, on what you want to experience in this life, on who you want to become, on who you want to step into, on what you want to cultivate for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you, even if just a small subconscious part of you is still clinging onto and holding on to, peeking over your shoulder every now and then, like, did they get their justice yet? Did karma hit them yet? You know, like you have that desire to want to make sure that justice is served in whatever this situation is, or this desire to understand. Like, I feel like you just want to understand. I feel like you would just love to have a conversation with whatever this is, whoever this is, to just be like, why? Like, I just want to pick your brain. Like, I want to understand why this happened. And I feel like this is what needs to be expressed with so much gratitude, okay? That deep desire to understand why. When that comes up, you love it, you nurture it, you support it, you say, thank you so much. You know what? And I do feel like maybe this goes back to like childhood trauma and stuff, but there's this need for you. I'm just seeing you right now holding yourself and being like, you know what? Inner child, I am so grateful for you for wanting to understand the situation. I'm so grateful for you for wanting to have the answers. I hear you, baby. I love you. And like rubbing yourself and being so nurturing with yourself, and then being like, but you know what? I'm actually okay not having the answers. I'm actually comfortable without the answers. I actually feel comfortable in the unknown. I feel comfortable here. So thank you for showing up, but you're free to go now. Like, I don't need to have it figured out. There's this need for you to really nurture your way through this every time that desire comes up again and again and again. Because I truly feel like, again, just going back to what we were saying, because you are at the cusp of something new, you are in a position right now where you get to choose. It's like you're facing the same pathways, how you want this to play out, how you want this to pan out. You can either spend the rest of your life, the rest of your days, wishing in the back of your mind that you just had the answers, wishing that you could just understand why things had to happen the way things had to happen, wishing, like holding on to it, even if it's just subconsciously clinging on to that desire to know. You can do that for the rest of your life, but ultimately, imagine if you gave yourself the opportunity to expend and use and cultivate all of this precious energy within your body, within your being, and you actually used it on yourself. You actually used it all on yourself, because that is what you fucking deserve. You deserve to live this life for you. I feel like you have spent so much of your life living for other people, okay? Putting other people above yourself, putting other people's needs above your own needs, being someone that's constantly hyper vigilant, constantly like hyper aware of what a person needs, how to show up for another person, how to make sure another person feels seen, even just having a conversation with you, even your coworkers talking to you. You're somebody that you're constantly on alert all the time. This is just who you are, how your mind works. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to spend all this energy that you spend on everybody else, on wanting to make sure that everybody else is okay, that everyone else is good. You owe it to yourself to spend this energy on you, babe, on you. Because at the end of the day, you've given too much, especially to whatever this situation was, especially this injustice. There's this need right now for you to trust that things are going to pan out and play out in a way that they're meant to. That karma does not miss, and that your guides, specifically, not even your guides, your ancestors, they are not playing when it comes to you. The situation will, confirmation burp, okay, ancestors. The situation will pan out in the exact way that it's supposed to pan out. And in the meantime, why don't we shift our energy from even thinking about it, from even giving it that energy? You are at a time right now where it's like you get to play, you get to experiment. Life should feel fun right now. And I know you guys, I can hear you already. I know this is all so much easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking right back at myself also, okay? But this is the thing about the path that we chose. It takes conscious, intentional effort, which is why 95% of people don't want to do it, because it's a lot of, I don't want to call it work, but it's a lot of intention. It's a lot of self-awareness. It's a lot of accountability. It's a lot of looking at yourself and asking yourself every single day, am I holding myself back by holding on to a situation that technically I have no control over at this time? This situation, it feels like wherever it is, it's up to God now. It's up to the divine now for it to pan out how it's meant to pan out. So give yourself the opportunity to free yourself. 2121 as I looked up. To free yourself from needing to have the answers, needing to have it figured out. And like I said, I feel like this doesn't even have to just do with this past situation. I feel like this is the theme of your life right now. Stop trying to figure everything out, babe. Stop trying to figure it out. Trust me, I know how hard that is. I know. I feel like that's like my biggest lesson in life right now, is truly letting myself live instead of constantly trying to figure out everything. And I know we're one and the same, two peas in a pot, okay? We understand each other, but it's like you just want to have the answers. You just want to, I feel like you're a very logical person, but you're also very, like, you just exist in all realms is what it feels like. You're able to be logical, but you're also able to float up into the ethers. And I feel like right now we're meant to kind of give ourselves the opportunity to flow more through life, to float more through life, you know, to still use, like, I'm not invalidating logic and being practical and wanting to figure things out, because I think there's a time and place. But I feel like specifically when it comes to this past situation, as well as when it comes to the next steps for your future, I feel like those are areas right now where we're meant to kind of detach and free ourselves from those shackles. Because at the end of the day, especially right now, I'm hearing a message about someone that's like really trying to figure out their purpose or really trying to figure out their mission. If you're constantly in the energy of like, I gotta figure it out, what you're doing is you're sending signals to the universe right now that you don't have it figured out. Do you get what I'm saying? And the universe responds to your truth. So if your truth right now is, fuck, I need to figure it out, then internally you're saying, I don't got anything figured out. And the universe will continue to send you experiences to reaffirm that truth to you, to show you you really don't got anything figured out. So it's kind of like you gotta like biohack it in a way. Do you get what I'm saying? And again, so much easier said than done. But I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? And I'm gonna have to watch this video back later myself and just re-listen, because sometimes when I give these messages, I feel like I don't even hear what I'm saying until I watch it back, and I'm like, damn. But I feel like this is a point where we're all at in this collective right now, is just detachment, and trust. Detachment, trust, okay? Trust and know that you will be served justice for whatever this situation was. Trust that. But don't waste any more energy on the situation, because you deserve to live for you. This is your story, not their story. Hell no. This is your story and your opportunity. So take your mother freaking life back, okay? I love the vibes. That was such a beautiful message, you guys, and I'm so grateful for you, truly. And I miss you every single day that I'm not speaking to you and chatting with you. But just know I'm sending you all my love, all my love, all my hugs, all my kisses. And yeah, I will talk to you very soon.